There are days when springtime in Montreal can seem like more of a cruel joke than a season of renewal and rebirth. As Old Man Winter takes one last swipe at the city and hammers Nick's garage with cold and wind. But inside the shop, things are about to heat up as an engine rebuilt 5 years ago is finally going to start up on the dyno. Nick's Garage is supported by Atlas Equipment and K-Tool International.
Hi, I'm Nick. Welcome to my shop. Well, we got something special. Another one, like I said, another Oldsmobile 350. Oldsmobile engine. And this one is from the town of Tiny, Ontario. And this engine belongs to Paul. Paul, welcome aboard. So, what did you get us here? What you got here?
Well, I brought you a completely rebuilt engine that's been sitting for the last 5 years, waiting for this.
5 years?
5 years.
Okay. And so it's been sitting in a heated garage?
The whole time since it's been rebuilt.
Okay, so you brought it here so you could get a dyno tested?
Before I put it back in the frame, so I know she's good.
So he's doing a full body restoration on a 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass. And it's a 4-speed car, am I correct?
Yes, it is, right from the factory.
Rare. No AC, no power steering.
Bare minimum race car.
This is a full race car, you guys.
Paul served his country for 25 years in the Canadian Armed Forces before retiring as a sergeant. In 2018, he was fortunate enough to be offered this 1972 Cutlass by the family of the original owner, who had long since passed away, and the car had been sitting in a shed for nearly 4 decades. He saw that the car had a factory 4-speed, 323 gears, a bench seat and rubber flooring, and he knew that he had to take on the project. The armed forces taught Paul that difficult tasks, taken on in challenging conditions and achieved as a team, make for some of life's most memorable moments. It's a lesson that he's applying to the Oldsmobile rebuild, and he's been making great progress over the years. The rebuilt 350 spent 5 years in a shed as Paul built a new house. But now the project is back in full swing as Paul eyes his goal of a first drive in the coming months.
We're here to break in the cam. Of course, this is a rebuilt engine. We're going to break in the cam. We left the belt on the alternator. So we're going to go net horsepower like they did in 1972. And it's a basic, original cast iron intake, original Rochester carburetor. And I noticed you got shorties here that are different from Tony's Oldsmobile.
Yes.
He's got the long tube headers, and you got the shorties here that replace the exhaust manifolds. So in other words, the downpipes go in the same place like the shorties.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before.
Well, it's a one-off company that's just doing it for the Oldsmobile.
Okay.
So whether 350 or the 455 and that.
Okay.
And what I wanted was, I wanted to stick to the factory exhaust system because I had an issue with one of the manifolds.
Okay.
So this was my option. That's about the same amount of money for it. But again, one supplier, one builder to get these manifolds.
Okay. And I noticed that the downpipes are from the car.
Yes.
They're brand new, so he brought them in, and of course we hooked them up to the shorties on the dyno, since it's exactly the way it's going to go on. And we also installed a bunk to measure the O2 sensor, or should I say the air-fuel ratio.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting. So it's all factory. You got a nice electronic ignition distributor, and you left the alternator on. We're going to run a belt drive like they did in 72, like I said earlier. And you know, we got to get it started, breaking the cam for 20 minutes to 2200 RPM. We also had the oil replaced yesterday, just in case we did not know what was put in 5 years ago.
Right.
So we put in zinc oil with a zinc additive. So you're building this whole project by yourself?
Pretty much.
Cool. So you retired from the military and now you have your toys.
I got my toys. So everything I've been doing has been reconditioned, powder coated. So when this goes in, it's going to look like a brand new car.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so if you're ready, you haven't seen it run, we put it up last night and we're just about to get started since George is in in the shop there today. We'll make a little video with it. Like I said earlier, you guys, do not confuse this engine with Tony's Oldsmobile 350. They're identical. They have both gold engines. That's where they came from the factory. But this one here belongs to Paul. Okay.
It's mine.
It's yours.
It's mine.
And Paul, I wanted to thank you for the services you with the Canadian Armed Forces servicing our country.
Thank you, Nick.
Serving our country, I should say. And for everybody else in the military.
Thank you. In the Air Force, the avionics and that, so Perry out in BC, I told you I was going to be doing this. I'll let you know when it's being published. That way you can see it. Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife for, letting me play with my toys. I know it's been sitting for a while, but she now wants to see it done and myself start to drive it, right?
Good for you. So what do you say, we ready to get started?
Why? I think I am.
That's all. Okay, so we got filled up with water. We have a little water leak at the water pump. I noticed you brought a seal and bearing kit for the water pump. But you know what? Let's get it started on that. Let's see how it goes. And most important, let's make sure it runs well. We got no major oil leaks.
Yep.
And the carburetor has been sitting around. I know you had it rebuilt. You know what? We don't know until we get it running. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right.
We had a storm last night here in Montreal, Laval, and it's still snowing outside. It's very windy. We almost had a power failure this morning a couple of times, and it glitched the power on and off in my building. And every time that happens, it shuts down my computer. So we just hope we don't have any glitches while we're doing any testing. So in the meantime, let's get it running and see how it goes. Paul, here it goes, buddy. Got the power on. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Looks like we don't have a spark. Okay, let's try it again. Maybe it needs more fuel. According to Manny last night, there was fuel there. Here we go. I don't think we have a spark. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we got a spark. We got one, eh? How come it doesn't want to go? You saw one, eh, George?
Yes, sir. I saw 3.
What's going on? You know what? Just in case. Secret sauce. I don't know, there's fuel there, but maybe not enough. It's not spitting. Maybe the carburetor has to work a while. Okay, we got too much advance. Okay, here we go. Well, we got to get it started right away because we got to break in that cam. And it looks like for some reason we don't have enough fuel going down into the accelerator pump. So let me get it started with some brake cleaner. I know it's not the perfect thing, but right now I just want it for a few seconds. Here we go. We don't have any fuel. We have fuel at the carburetor, but it's not shooting into the...
Right.
You know what? I always break in a can with my own carburetors. Every time I use a customer's carburetor, it lets me down. God, I gotta get it going. I'm not happy with this now. I don't have fuel. I can see it here.
I'm not
Okay.
opposed.
No, it's not shooting fuel like the way it should. Like it should spray it. It's shooting. But then again, after the accelerator pump, the high speed takes over. But if that thing is not working, I'm not going to get fuel.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change carburetors.
All right.
This is the initial start. Is very important.
For this?
The only carburetor I don't have is a Rochester. Could be a fast switch. This one I have to put adapters, this and that. You know what? Yeah, I need to break in the cam. It's gotta work. Let's do it. You have to give me a few minutes. I gotta take it off. I knew it. I shouldn't have went with that carburetor. I knew it. I'm not lucky. You know that, Paul?
Really?
Like my brother says, 99% you have issues with the customer's car. Always start it. Me, I. Anyways, okay. Now there's gonna be a lot of work here. Okay, let me work on it. Here we go. I'll take it off. Okay, let's do it quick. Then after breaking in, timed, everything works well, we'll put your carburetor on.
Right.
I set up my dyno so everything's on my hands. I don't have to run out look for things.
Right.
Unless it's something on. Okay, now I gotta get the rod on. There we go. The spring in place. This goes over here. That goes over there. 7/16. The water pump's gonna leak. Don't worry about it. Water, we have all the water in the world here. Don't worry. This one gave me a problem the other day. Why? Gotta fix that. I'm gonna put my fuel pump on right now. I'm gonna make sure I got full throttle. Give me a second. I believe so. Okay, we got full throttle. Fuel pump on. Any fuel leaks, Paul? Oh, don't look inside. Just look on the outside. The inside's not going to leak. It's a brand new carburetor. All my carburetors are brand new. Paul, okay.
Okay.
I think we're about to get it started. I should have known better. Should have started with my carburetor in the first place. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay. All vacuum ports are closed. Yes, it is. We're not going to connect the vacuum on the distributor. We're going to do that after when we do our testing. So we don't need this anymore. I'm going to check the timing now. We just got to check the water level right here, okay, while it's running.
Right.
Okay, I believe we got everything. But you know what? Let me pass this wire from here so we don't burn it. Like so. And this goes like this. Okay, we're ready.
Okay.
We're good.
You're good.
Okay, it's gonna be It's gonna be loud, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. O2 sensor back on. This is the oil pressure, manifold pressure, fuel pump 1, fuel line 1, fuel line 2, that's 4.5, 5 pounds of pressure. That's the water coolant, and the oil temperature, we don't have it. We're not going to use it, and that's your battery voltage.
Right.
Then that's our RPM. And I guess we are ready. Here we go.
As soon as he gets the engine started up, Nick notices that it's running lean, even with his trusted carburetor in place. He suspects they have a vacuum leak somewhere. Just a few minutes into the cam break-in period, the storm outside causes an interruption in the electrical supply to the shop. The dyno computer would appear to keep operating on the backup battery, but the displays have been scrambled. Cameraman George lends a hand sorting them back out as everyone crosses their fingers. electrical supply to Nick's garage blinks on and off with the storm outside. The Oldsmobile that waited 5 years to find its voice keeps on singing on the dyno.
pretty good, right?
That's good, that's good. Now we listen to rocker noises.
Right.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear nothing either. I just hear those sweet buffers there.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down. Wow. Okay.
So it is leaking still, but while it's running, it won't. That's okay.
Got any oil leaks there? Nothing, eh?
No oil leaks.
Except for a water pump.
Yep.
Damn. Anyways,
I know now that I have to rebuild it when I get back home. That's
you know that's the hottest point is when you turn off the engine.
yep.
So we do need a seal on the water pump. If you guys take a look right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, it's only water. We're gonna keep filling it up as we're doing further testing.
I can't wait to get this in the car.
Okay. So we got the timing at 36 degrees max with the vacuum on also now. We're gonna make tests with our 750 carburetor we got on right now, and we're gonna see later on with your Rochester. But I mean, let's make some tests with this carburetor.
Yep.
We had 2 glitches of the power failure here in the city because we got a big storm outside going on, windy, very windy, and the power lines went down, up and down, and it turns off our computer. So we had a little glitch, as you guys noticed while we were filming. So far everything's back on. Let's hope we don't have a major power failure today, so it won't disturb us on our dyno testing. After all, it came from a long distance to see this. So let me just hook it up, we'll do some testing, okay?
If the storm keeps up, I might just have to sleep here.
Okay. We got lots of hotels here in Laval.
Oh no, I'll stay right here.
That's what George said also. Okay.
I'll hug onto her. That's I like that. It's hard to describe. That's nice.
And I'm really surprised the vacuum. That thing
Yeah,
was
so
so
now
I'm
that
really
it's there,
surprised.
I got my manual, so now I'm gonna go through and see what was supposed to be there.
And I know my carburetor never runs lean. Never. And I said there had to be an issue with the engine. I thought maybe the intake manifold was loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did put my fingers on it pretty quick before, but I didn't realize it. Anyways, we figured
that.
it out.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. All right. The timing is good. I got the vacuum on, the vacuum reading, O2 sensor's working. And that water pump, I wish.
I wish it wasn't leaking, but I'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
And it's the original water pump from this engine, so
And it's
I
a
was
rare,
hoping-
and
I
it's a
thought-
rare, it's a rare piece.
Yes, it is.
Oh, there we go again. Another power failure. Another glitch. Oh, we got shut off the computer. Check it out.
Well, if we get a glitch during, then we'll just have to do it again.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Oh, no problem. We got a lot of fuel here.
No, that
We got fuel. Don't worry.
that really sounds nice. I like that.
We have octane 94 here. Petro Canada.
So you're gonna make me put in
That's
the
all
vest
good.
all the time. All right, that's fine.
Okay. All right, let's get it warmed up. Let's get it started and make a little test. What do you say? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Here we go. Okay, George, you can put the fan on. Let's hope it does a recording, and let's hope we don't have a power glitch. 45.
Right.
Okay, we're good. Here we go. I have to go higher. Hold on, look at this. Let's make a compression test in a minute, okay?
All right.
I thought it would still climb at 4,400 RPM. Let me bring down the RPM.
All right.
You want me to make a compression test right now?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay,
Let's see where we are.
I'm just gonna make a fast compression test. I'm just curious. It went smooth. No sweat.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to get more power out of it. I'm just gonna make a cylinder test with just one cylinder.
Yep.
I'm not gonna remove 8 spark plugs. I have a good idea what it's going to be when I do one. I usually add about 5 to 8 psi with all other 8 plugs out, full throttle. Okay. Don't forget, you want to make power, you got to be 175 and up.
Right.
Then you go full throttle, we'll be right back.
She sounds sweet.
You notice
like
the water
that.
only leaks when
When it's sitting.
that's that. Okay, here we go. I know it's supposed to remove 8 spark plugs when you do this, but it'll give me a ballpark figure, you know?
Right.
Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Oh, we need more than that. We need to bring it up. We're at head gasket. Has the block been decked, or if the head's been milled?
Nope.
Are you using a thin head gasket?
Right.
Everything takes account. You see that we had about 145 cylinder pressure. Okay, we probably hit 150 when I have all 8 spark
Right.
plugs out.
Right.
I should do better than that. Let's we'll do some more testing. Here we go. Let's take it to 5,000. Then we're going to advance the timing a little bit after, okay?
All right.
George, every time we have a glitch, the battery charger turns off, so I have to put it back on every time. Okay, we're good. AGM, 40 amps, perfect. Oh, let me check the air fuel ratio. I didn't check that. Give me a second, let me look at that. A little bit on the rich side.
So what are we looking at right now?
Yeah, I'm looking right here.
All right.
I like to get you like 12.9, 13.0, I like to get it there. But now this is my carburetor, but maybe I'll try the other carburetor after. This is running rich, or we'll change the jets. But this is measured power. And it's a real lousy day today to do dyno testing. I'm gonna bring it to 5.5. I'm sorry, 5,000 RPM, that's what I meant. Let's go to 5 grand, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're also breaking in the rings at the same time. Johnny, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
We got Paul from the Canadian Armed Forces.
Good
Okay.
results?
We're working on it. We just got started.
Oh, cool.
Okay, hit the fan, please. Let's go. Here we go, one more try.
There we go.
I think it's leaking, eh?
Water.
It's flooded because I had it full throttle for a compression test.
Right.
Better burn the fuel out. I gotta make sure we don't run out of water.
Right.
That's still there. See it in the.
Still good. Yeah. all
Okay.
right.
Are you ready? We're gonna go
I'm
to
ready.
5. We're gonna go to 5,000 RPM.
right.
I'm gonna advance the timing on it. Yeah, maybe. I know we got 36 degrees, but I'm gonna give it a bit
All right.
more.
All right.
Because you have it's a very low compression ratio. I'm sorry, cylinder pressure. Just give it a little bit more. Let's try to hit at least 250.
Yeah.
We're not getting, we're trying to get more than that. But we don't know. This was engine built by somebody that's passed away
Yes.
5 years ago. That we have no information on it. We don't know what cam is in it. What's a zero deck or not? Does it have port work on it? Does it have a cam? We don't have the specs on the cam. We know the cylinder pressure is probably 150. So we're gonna do the best we can with what we have. Is that okay, Paul?
I'm good with this.
Okay, so most important thing is, you know, if the engine runs well, there's noises, oil leaks, so far so good. So I'm just gonna advance the timing just a bit. I'm just gonna guess on it, and I know what to guess, and then we'll take it from there. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's been sitting around for 5 years. He does have a rebuild kit. Maybe we're gonna do it later on. It's gonna take a while to do it. But in the meantime, we're gonna do some testing. I'm just gonna advance the timing a little bit, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so I advanced the timing a couple of degrees. We're trying to max out the horsepower. Let's you know, we're around the 250 HP. I did not build this engine. Anyways, you know, he's here to make sure it runs well, and he wants to see if we can get the carburetor going, working on. But well, that's gonna be later on this afternoon. Right now, let's max out the horsepower all we can. Let's see where we can max out with what we got. All right, here we go.
Let's see.
That's gonna be your idle. There's your oil pressure. Okay, here we go. Past the 250 mark.
Wow.
I'm sure we did.
Oh, did we ever? Look at that.
Okay.
Looks like it's still climbing.
But you got good torque numbers.
Yeah.
Your torque numbers are pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tune it with this carburetor. And the air fuel ratio.
333.
Your torque?
Yeah.
It's up here.
Wow.
I'll do a printout for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna spin the wheels.
Yeah. It's a 4-speed car.
I think I will.
Exactly.
This is cool. Well, you know what? Yeah, the water's still good. I think it's filling up on its own, I guess. I'm not sure. Look, we didn't run out yet, so we're good. You know what? I'm just gonna give it a little bit more timing.
Wow.
Okay. Keep that your copy.
Well, it's still climbing, so it's a good sign.
The air fuel ratio is not bad. It's 12.8. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But you know, I want to spend the time later on tonight working on the carburetor. But in the meantime, I just want to see mechanically the oil pressure is good. It's got no major oil leaks, no noises, no vibrations. So far, so good.
Right.
Besides the water pump. Water pump, we're gonna work on it later on if you want to do it. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna advance it a little bit more because we have low compression on this engine, and you see, so we exceeded the 250 HP at 4,800 RPM. No, we're still climbing.
Still climbing, I
We're
know.
still climbing. We gotta go higher. Here, let's look at the graph. Here we go. Well, it's almost stabilized, but we're gonna go a little bit more.
Yep. See where that is.
We're at 5,000 right now. So you wanna go, what, 53?
Sure, we'll try that.
Okay, let's go. We'll go to 53. Okay, I won't touch the timing. I'll leave it at that, okay? Here we go. Okay, looks pretty good. So far, we didn't have any power glitches, so we're good. Here we go. We'll go to 5-3. You're there. You're 5,000 RPM. That's where your power's in.
Yep.
That's where your power is.
254.
254.
255, yeah.
Yeah, 48. 48. So we're not need to go that high anyways.
Nope.
I'm just gonna bring it down.
I'm okay with it. I was hoping more, but
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good with that. She sounds strong.
She sounds good. Let's.
Oh yeah.
You want to hear the idle? I'm gonna bring down the RPM. And let's. I'll bring down. Well, there it is. That's your idle. Look at the vacuum. Got lots of vacuum.
Right.
So it's gonna be easier to tune the carburetor.
Good.
But the water pump, man, I've never had a water pump. It only, you know, it only
when it
leaks.
sits.
It only leaks when we turn it off.
I know, yeah.
Look. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's make sure we got no other any leaks. The rear seal is good, no problem. We're good. I'm not going to do any further testing. I don't want to do any engine damage. You know, we have a major water leak on the water pump. Besides the water pump and your carburetor, which we're going to work on later on, we did some testing. You know, we have no vibrations, no engine noises at all. We got good oil pressure, no rear seal leaking.
Yep.
Everything looks good. We got just a little bit over 254 horsepower at a 4,800 RPM. What do you think?
I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm happy.
Okay, so well, I just want to call it quits for today. I want to help you work on the water pump.
Yep.
I want to work on the carburetor. So I just want to say to our viewers, you know, we did the best we can with what we got. Like we said, this engine came in last night. You brought it in. It's been built by someone that's passed away 5 years ago. We don't have any information on the internals. Was it built as a basically stock engine? Probably was. So right now we're just going to tweak it, fix the water pump, carburetor, and we'll take it from there. Now, this being a low compression engine, you know you can run 87 octane.
Yes.
And if you do run 87 octane, I have a feeling we can get about 5 horsepower more with the lower octane fuel, because the lower octane fuel burns faster.
Right.
And we've done this in the past with my brother with a low compression engine of about 150 like you have.
Yep.
And we ran it with an 87 octane, took up to 94 octane, which we are running here today. We switched over the fuel to 87 and we gained about 5 more horsepower.
Right.
So if we had the 87 octane on hand, being a bad day today with a snowstorm, but I'm just telling you in advance that you could get another 5 horsepower with the 87 octane. Also, maybe another 5 to 8 horsepower if you remove the belt. You'll be at 260 plus horsepower for my experience and knowledge.
Right. Well, I'm happy with what I see, and definitely I've got the torque where I think I need it.
That's good. It's good torque. And it's a 4-speed car on top of that.
Yes.
That's going to help it.
That will.
And check out the water that's coming out of that water pump.
That's worse now.
Oh, it's getting bad.
My brother-in-law, you know, helped me find and source parts and stuff. You know, both of us found this car, and I've decided I was the one that was going to fix it. So, Brad, we were both wrong on the horsepower, but I am still very happy.
You know, Shannon, next time I'll use my thoughts and use my carburetor every time to break in a cam. And you know what? I believe the cam is broken in well, because, you know, when you wipe out a cam, you can hear sometimes rocker ticking, and you're losing horsepower as we go along. So far, I think it's well. Yeah. And it's very nice and smooth and quiet.
She sounds very strong.
And the oil pressure is still there. Pretty good.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm very happy.
You know, when we went to 5,300 RPM, it had a little hiccup.
Yep.
I believe that's your valve springs. You know, they're probably designed or they're fixed for 5,000 RPM. Right. And you're not going to go to 5,300 RPM. I know you're going to be at 5,000, so you're okay. Above that, you're going to have to shim the valve springs, but I don't think you need to. You know, I'm sure the valve springs don't have 120, 125 spring pressure on the seat. But, you know, like I said, it's an old engine that's been built 5 years ago. It sat around. It lost some spring pressure. But, you know, take it to 5,300, you don't need to. You don't make the power there. You're going to go to 5,000. So you'll be okay the way it is.
No, I'm good. I'll be an old man with a heart.
You're a cruiser. And, you know, he didn't build his engine to go racing. He built his engine to go cruising with his car.
Yep.
And it's a project he's building from scratch. Parts from here, parts from there. You're doing it all alone.
Yep.
And that's a project and a half. For a retired guy like you, it's the thing to do.
Oh, end of April, this will be back in the frame, and the car will be sitting back on 4 wheels, and I start working on the body.
Good for you. There you go.
Floor pan and a trunk pan, and then
there you go.
All about
everything there. Paul, thank you for coming.
Thanks again.
My pleasure. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.